Telling me just a little bit about what happened when you were trying to help the older gentleman at his house, and so there was several. He got very badly hurt. You got very badly hurt. Could you tell me just briefly what happened there?
Well, he's been involved in 2 incidents. Do you mean the recent one of the 30th of March?
Yeah, no, I mean the one where you yourself were abused.
The one of the 7th of December 2015. It was 8 o'clock in the morning, and we heard a loud crash at the front door.
Yeah.
I quickly got a 999 call in, as we had been helped previously on the 10th of July and the 25th of May.
Yeah.
After the crash to the front door,
yeah,
the bedroom door got kicked in.
Right.
And a man stood there.
Was he in uniform?
No, this one was dressed in plain clothes.
Yeah.
He just pushed towards me, violently sexually assaulted me, and then dragged me from the bed. He had me by the shoulder. I felt my muscles ripping.
Yeah.
He pulled me out onto the landing, whereupon 2 in black uniforms, black flat jackets, dragged me to the middle of the stairs, injuring my neck and back, and they were chopping at my neck, and the man that came in the bedroom chopped at my neck and my back.
And this was to try and remove you from the property for the old man's property?
This was in actual fact the family home.
Your family home?
In Chiswick, yes.
Right.
And he was a guest staying there.
Yeah.
And what happened, I looked down the stairs and I saw that the one that did that to me had joined another one at the foot of the stairs.
Yeah.
And they were...
Yeah. I just want to be quite clear and say it only once so we don't have to dwell on it. But they basically raped you anally with objects and then beat you. I have actually seen the pictures of the bruising, and I know that the medical records exist that bear out your claims.
I'm still being treated.
And you're still being treated for that. And they identified themselves as bailiffs or High Court sheriffs?
They said they were sheriffs, but they didn't produce... any evidence of that. They didn't produce a badge. It didn't say their names, and they were attempting to cover their faces. We've got some pictures and some film but they were still. Yeah.
Have you approached the police yet? Are you finding that you're getting a good response from them?
Up until the 7th of December, they did give us protection and assistance because I showed them the computerised records from Brentford County Court, which clearly showed that the case had been created and heard in the same day, no payments to the caseman file, but more interestingly, Mr. Kareem Assad of the current law firm on a case, he said, there is no file at the court for you. And when I went to the police station, PC Bannister said, if there's no file at that court, there's no case. And this made me start digging. Yeah. I even bought the law.
So you think there's something's wrong with this? Well, obviously there's something very wrong with the fact that you were assaulted. Do you think these teams of bailiffs have done this before, or possibly could do it again?
I believe they've done it before. I've heard of other people being attacked and sexually assaulted. They're too frightened to go forward. It is frightening because I've been warned off. I've had 2 death threats. I've had 2 attacks now. Yeah.
Well, we're going to put a stop to that now, aren't we?
I believe they're out every day doing this.
Okay. Well, I mean, we've asked for Guy Taylor, Mark Salon, Tom Crawford, and some of the other people involved in fraudulent home repossessions and such likes to see if they can come down to see you and help you with the paperwork that you've got, to give you some sort of confirmation that you are 100% right. But we are also hoping that you will talk to the team that we've asked you to visit at one of the police stations that's very keen to find out just what's gone on here, because is there not a crime reference number that says they're saying that it was people impersonating police officers?
Yes. Recently, the elderly gentleman that was staying as our guest who I'm assisting, they took me away and locked me away for 25 hours with no food. I collapsed twice. Yeah. It is definitely...
And is there any record of this?
No, there isn't. No.
See, this is where there's something very, very wrong with this entire case, isn't there?
Yes.
All right, well, thank you very much for talking to us. I'm very delighted that you're brave enough to have waived your anonymity in all of this to come forward and tell your story, and you are going to be you are expecting the police to do a little bit more than they have done already. Would that be fair to say?
Fulham Police have taken it up, and they're very anxious to do something about the men. Yeah. And the elderly man and myself, we've been given a crime reference number for the fact that 6 unidentified police officers, while I was incarcerated, they went to the house and put him out in the street with a fire engine and 6 fire officers who... None of this seems to be shown. It doesn't show on the system. Many police have checked it, and this is what has made them join our cases and give us a crime reference number because they said it's impersonating police officers. Yeah,
but you're adamant that these people were representative of High Court Bailiffs or sheriffs.
The ones on the 7th of December,
the police...
They absolutely stated, but the fact is they had a writ that was cut and pasted. This was confirmed
But
by
the police
masters.
didn't. The police weren't interested in any of that. Because as far as they're concerned, they had a writ. It didn't matter that the writ was forged.
I did actually keep myself together to explain, and it was also out of date, but they wasn't interested. They were laughing. And I was so distressed and distraught, I called them again, and they said, if you call us again, we will arrest you.
Right, okay. All right, well, listen, thank you very much for giving me your time, and we're going to go off and get a cup of coffee now and work out, I think the next stage is you want to make a phone call to the police station and discuss with them where you're going to go forward from here, because you made a statement of any form yet? A video statement or any kind of...
There has been Charing Cross Police have given us some assistance.
Yeah.
They attached it to a report to Hounslow 2 or 3 times, but nothing was done.
Right.
And when I did inquire, I was told rather tersely, well, the detective has been off sick.
Yeah.
And then I was told by someone at the front desk, look, what are you worried about? You're still alive, aren't you?
That's disgusting.
He said, how many men do you think I've got?
Yeah.
I said, 350. He said 25. Go and speak to Theresa May. And I felt awful.
And that is after making, making it quite clear what had happened to you. I find that incredibly insensitive.
It was. It just made me feel so worthless, and I still feel worthless. But the only thing that keeps me going is to, I suppose, my mind disassociates.
Yes, it does.
If I go back to what happened that morning, if I start crying, I won't stop, I'm helping other people.
Well, exactly, and I think we're going to be okay because we've got the right people on board now, and you are surrounded with the right kind of support. I understand Tracy's got a member of the SARC team, which is the sexual abuse and rape team that may be able to advocate and help provide support over the coming months. I think there's also an opportunity to get you out of where you are because it's not safe, into a safe house.
Yes.
So there is work going on behind the scenes.
I mean, there is sinister behaviour from one detective in particular. He has been harassing me. I've had...
Don't mention any names.
Yes, it has been going on. One Saturday, I think it was just before, I think it was Christmas 2014, he kicked the door. Yeah. He came in. He made an allegation, shouting and screaming. I shook my head. Yeah. He said, you were taken to a local mental hospital. I said, no, I had counselling after a bereavement. Yeah. And then he pushed his way in, and then he saw people that were friends that were at the house. He ran out, and I willingly attended the police station and gave him anything he wanted. I had 2 solicitors with me, and he said, are you all right? I said, no. I went through what he had done, and he denied it. He lied, and I said, you're lying. I don't trust you. So they took him out of the room. Right, okay. But it remains to be seen that any complaint that I put forward was not...
Did you complain to the IPCC or to the police station itself?
You have to make a local complaint, and I did speak to a PC at Chiswick, and he said anything that goes to Hounslow will be shut down. Right. We're not all the same. Right. I said, I know you're not. Okay. And so there is movement forward in catching the perpetrators of those acts against you. Yes, so I have 2 forces to ring with regard to that. Whether I do the IPCC, because different people have said it doesn't go anywhere. Yeah. Right. Well, you may as well throw it in there anyway. Yes, okay. We can discuss that. But thank you very much for your time, Inness, and let's see if we can't do something. No, you're welcome.